Hey guys, I personally think that respec fees in MMOs are pure cancer that do nothing but lower the enjoyment of the game, stop your ability to experiment and have fun, and honestly, they've made me straight up log out of games before. Now, I already went on a nice rant about this in the last live stream, so we're gonna play that clip now. I hope you enjoy. If you strongly disagree, please feel free to argue with me in the comments. I just can't really think of good reasons for these other than it's just a terrible gold sink, you know? So let me know. Enjoy the clip.
Yeah, dude. New Worlds, they've had a lot of improvements to it. They really have. I was playing again the other day, and really, honestly, one of my biggest complaints when I went back to it is still just that it costs 200 gold to respec. That always bothered me before. I played the game really serious in the beginning. And what would happen is I would always have to spend 200 gold to respec before the war. Then we would win the war, and I think you would win about 400 gold. And then I would respec after to go back to my spec for doing everything else. And I would just, right? It's just a wash every time. And that was respecing just for war. I came back and wanted to play around with some shit, right? And when I ended my play session last time before I quit, I was on some weird random build where I was playing around with an intelligence rapier and ice gauntlet build, but my main build is a strength build with the sword, shield, hatchet, and the great axe, and then I would use the hammer in wars. And I was gonna have to spend 200 gold just to go back to my spec that I don't even know if I want to keep it because I haven't played the game in a while, and I just got frustrated over the 200 gold thing and I logged back off. I hate it when games make me waste shit, man. I was just I can't really decide. I don't know if I want to spend the 200 gold, and then I just logged back off. There's been so many positive changes to the game that I was just blown away that one hadn't been fixed, right? You hear everyone talking about they fixed so many of the problems with the game and shit, and then I go in and I was like, how is this one not fixed? This one's so easy. It's so easy. It should never, I don't understand why any games do this. The whole point with New World having a no class system and the freedom to just whatever and shit, it's you undo that when you make it cost 200 fucking gold. Maybe it doesn't sound like a lot. Maybe in the economy now it's not a lot. I have 22,000 gold on my character when I came back. I still don't want to waste 400 gold just to try a spec and then spec back, you know? It never feels good, and there's no point to it. You should do a system like what Steven was talking about here in Ashes, where it doesn't cost money, but you have to be in town, right? You have to be in town, go talk to the trainer, switch your specs so you can't just do it on the fly every time there's a problem and you want to just, right? Oh, for this situation, I need this, and then this, and then this, and then this, right? That's a little too easy, but just make it free in town, right? You can respec in town, whatever. And then, if it wasn't for that, I probably would have just kept playing that day. You know, I probably would have kept fucking playing. But because it wanted me to waste several hundred gold, I was just it just be like that for me. I'm weird. I like it when it makes me waste gold. But I know I'm not alone in this. I've heard Aspen Gold fucking go off about this before when, respecs were costing gold. If they really want us to spend gold on it, they should just have a spec for PvP. Also, they should do something like that. That's the other thing is, yeah, if it's going to be gold, if you have to spend money to respec, then you should at minimum have 3 different specs that you can save, right? And swap between templates that you just boom, boom, boom. Which there's a chance they might, and maybe I just, right? I didn't play for most of the year, right? I played hardcore when the game came out, did a bunch of wars and all kinds of shit, and then I stopped playing. So I haven't played it in a long time. Maybe there is a way to save templates now, and I just don't know. I'll have to look into it. Because if there is, then yeah, that solves the problem. Then I don't mind it so much. But yeah, it's I at least need a PvE and a PvP spec, right? I can't be having one spec for fucking both of these situations. And ideally, really, you do need PvP, PvE, and war. War is different than normal PvP, right? In open world PvP, I probably don't want to run the fucking great axe and the big slow hammer, right? But in wars, it's really not bad if you have at least a few guys that are in fucking plate armor with great axes and hammers, you know? It just it depends on the situation. I wonder if there is though. Do they have a New World spec templates? Have they done anything like this? I don't think they have. And I wanted to try out some other things too. And it's I'm going to have to waste a couple hundred gold every new thing I want to test. The Void Gauntlet came out in the time that I haven't been playing. Same for the blunderbuss and a few other weapons. Like, I want to try them. But in order to play around with them, not only do I have to acquire the weapon, which is either going to cause gold or I have to go grind it or something, right? But I also have to just waste fucking gold on the respec, which is obnoxious. And then to respec your actual weapon talents, you just have to spend a couple Azoth. I don't really understand why I have to throw away fucking gold in order to respec the other thing. To respec like my actual stats, but then the weapons I could just do with like, it was like 10 Azoth or some bullshit like that, you know, out of 1,000, like, and you're capped at 1,000, so you're always just kind of regenerating this thing and then it caps. So if you don't spend it, right, it's kind of wasted. But that's not how gold works, right? It's like spending any gold, you're taking gold out of the amount of gold that you have. Whereas if you're sitting capped at 1,000 Azoth and you respec your weapon for 10, like, you're gonna get that 10 back and be at cap again. I don't like the gold thing. Gold feels the worst.